Well, welcome to our new home. This is our Grand Design Momentum 410TH. It's a toy hauler model, and it's huge. 46 foot is the total length from the nose here all the way to the very back. So we got a big rig this time. We had a fairly big rig last time, but this one's even bigger. And so let me show you around. All right, so one of the great features about this rig here is we have an onboard generator. That's awesome. So if we're ever boondocking or something like that and we don't have power, we got this bad boy. And this is a 6,000 watt generator, and we've tested it out. We've actually ran all 3 air conditioners at the same time. Now you can't run anything else if you're doing that. Usually if you want to run a microwave or something like that, we usually turn 1 or 2 of the air conditioners off. But I mean, it has ran all 3 air conditioners all at once. And that's because, you know, I put those soft starts up on the AC, so that certainly helps. But man, it is nice having this thing. We have used it. We've been out boondocking out on BLM land in the heat, and where we've had to run this thing, we just left it running all night long even. It is gasoline powered, so there is a fuel tank on board, which I'll show you in a little bit. But man, this thing it sure is nice to have. You could start it from inside or outside. We've even had it's got a pull cord if you need to manually start it. So if your batteries are completely dead, you can still start this thing. Awesome. One of the things I transferred over from our last RV was these huge lithium ion batteries. I've got 2 big 270 amp hour batteries, so we got 540 amp hours. Nice big batteries that last us quite a bit. And to go with that, we also have, kind of hidden back in here, I got the inverter. So that's nice to have too, is when we don't have power hooked up, we still got the inverter, which gives us 120 volt power. And with that, we got a couple solar panels up on the roof that will help recharge those batteries. So we don't even have to reuse the generator all that often. Having that inverter, man, that's awesome. And here we have the propane tanks. Now I went ahead and upgraded. This came with 30-pound tanks. I upgraded to 40, so we've got 2 40-pound tanks. So that certainly helps. Having that extra propane means we don't have to fill up quite so often. The leveling system is hydraulics rather than electric. So when you raise this thing up and down or level it, the hydraulics, it just works. You don't have to worry about hearing the electric motors, you know, that are kind of struggling. Nope, they doesn't do that. Hydraulics just works, and it's beautiful, and I love it. Another great thing about this RV is the amount of storage. This is just, it's insane how much storage is in here. It's full right now of stuff, but you could literally, I don't know if you can see in there, but man, you could literally put a queen size mattress in here. That's how big the storage area is. It's so much storage, it's insane. One of Christy's favorite features here is this central vacuum. So this is the vacuum, but it also goes through, and there's a floor sweep in there and another place where you can hook up a hose so you can run a vacuum. She absolutely loves that thing, and I gotta admit, I like it too. We opted for this additional stereo system here. I don't think we've ever used it. Maybe I used it once, I can't remember, but it's, you know, it's just, we don't listen to a lot of music, and certainly not outside. It's more for the outdoor speakers. That's just not, but you know, when I was ordering it, I'm like, yeah, why not? Wasn't that much more. And here's those outdoor speakers. Now we have used these in conjunction with, right here we have an outdoor television. I don't know, I've got mixed feelings about it. It's kind of nice to have. Sometimes we've used it a few times. On days like this, it's okay, but in the bright sun, you can't even see it. So it's kind of useless in some cases, but you know, in the evening time or on cloudy days like it is today, hey, it's kind of nice to have every once in a while. We don't use it very often. Of course, being a toy hauler, we have triple axles, and not only that, but I've got the independent suspension. And I will tell you what, I will never, ever, ever own an RV that does not have independent suspension and disc brakes. If you remember, our last trailer had just normal axles, and it had the drum brakes, and we had problems with that. The wires were breaking. We lost trailer brakes on occasion because of that, because the electric brakes. This thing has electric over hydraulic brakes, and they're disc brakes, and we've got 3 sets of them, and the independent suspension, and that really makes it so you do not feel this trailer much at all when you're towing. We have actually forgot and left stuff in the very back, and that's the part that, you know, in trailers bounces around the most. We've left stuff up there and it was still there in the same spot when we got there. It dampens the shaking that much. I mean, it's huge difference. Never again will I own an RV without independent suspension. Now, one of the really neat features of this RV, that one of the things I really like about it, is the back porch. We've got a extra space by folding down the ramp and turning it into a porch, and that's just a great little feature, nice little. We don't use it a whole lot, but when we do want to use it, man, it's nice to have. And of course, all the kids' stuff always falls out into there.
Come back. Reggie, can you go lock the door in second, please?
Just like that. You know, we do have a set of stairs to go down, so you kind of have a little gate here and some steps to go down. And so here we are on the porch. Now there's also an awning we can put out, and so it's just a great little porch that we have out here.
Thanks, Reagan.
And of course back here we still have, like our other RV, we had a back door, rear door if you will. And so also, if you notice, we have awnings. So there's an awning here, we got an awning here on the slide, and an awning up front. So we got 3 awnings on this thing, plus one more. We've got an awning on the back. Now, being the toy hauler, and because of the back ramp and the patio and all that, the ladder is on the side here. And as you can see, that's where I keep my Starlink. So over here on the left-hand side, this is that fuel tank I was talking about. We actually have 2 fuel tanks. So there's 2 30-gallon gasoline fuel tanks. The first one here is for the generator. It's strictly for the generator. The second one actually has a pump here. And so, you know, the design of that is for if you're, as a toy hauler, if you're towing your toys, your ATVs or things like that, it gives you a gasoline station to fuel those up. Well, we're never going to use that, but what we will do is, in fact, we have both of these are full right now, so that we have plenty of gas for the generator. And so when the first tank runs out for the generator, you just use the other tank, pump it in to the first tank, and so you got 60 gallons of gasoline. As you can see, we got nice, big, huge windows. Now, the living section of this is actually on the non-camp side, which is different from the other one that we had. So your big windows here are on the non-camp side, and you know, doesn't seem to be a problem. We got 3 slide outs on this. We got this big slide out here. This is the kitchen table and the couch. On the other side, slide out is the kitchen where the stove and the refrigerator are. And then up front here, we got the bedroom slide, just like we had in the last RV. So just like the last one, we have the furnace and also the on-demand water heater. And I love this on-demand water. A lot of people say they don't really like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Having unlimited hot water, you could take long showers if you want, especially if you got hooked up to campground water and sewer. You can take as long of a hot shower as you want, as long as you got plenty of propane. Now here's the other side of that big pass-through storage. As you can see, there is a lot of space in here. Now what I have here is my water system, water filtration system that I installed here. I still got some work to do. I want to clean this up a little bit, make it a little bit nicer, a little bit neater. That's one of the projects I'm going to work on. We have here the wet bay, just like what we had in the other one. And so we've got campground water coming in here. I got my pressure regulator. It goes in, goes through the filters, through the water softener, and then back in here into the camper. Our leveling system's a little bit different on this one. Like I said, it's a hydraulic leveling system, so it's a completely different panel. It's just a little bit different, but does the same functions. But man, those hydraulics they just work really, really well. Of course, here's that dryer vent that I installed when I installed the washer dryer. If you haven't seen that video, I'll throw a link up there where I install the washer dryer and the soft starts, and you can watch that video and see how I did it. Also, what I installed here are these cameras. I've got one on each side, these marker light cameras, and then there's one in the very rear. And I've got a screen in the truck, and I can see down the sides of me and directly behind me as I'm towing. I love having that feature because you get to, you get to see. It also came standard with this MORryde cushioned fifth wheel hitch, I guess, or pin box, the pin box. And these things are squishy here. And so it's just, man, I'm telling you, with this combined with the B&W fifth wheel hitch in the truck, I do not feel any chucking. I don't feel any movement, nothing. It's so nice. Even when big rigs pass me going, 75 miles an hour and I'm going 65 miles an hour, there is no sway whatsoever. I feel nothing. There's no clunking anything in the truck. I mean, I'm telling you, there's times when I'm pulling this big, huge, monstrous rig, I don't feel a thing. Now, the size of this. I already mentioned that it's 46 feet long. How much does it weigh? Well, we went through a cat scale, and I gotta tell you, it's heavy. Max weight on this is 22,500 pounds, and yeah, we're right about there. So, combined weight with this and the truck, we're like 32,000 pounds, something like that. I mean, it's insane how heavy we are. But that's the point of having the dually, is we can handle all this weight. So we're loving it. Just absolutely love this new home. And speaking of the new home, tell you what, let's go inside. And Christy's waiting for us. She'll show us around on the inside. Come on.
Hey, welcome to our new home, the Molly Momentum 410TH. We love this. So we really wanted to show you guys our rig. And come along. So you're here in our main hall area where we come in and open everything up. So we have our slides. As you can see, we have the lovely hat holders and all kinds of fun stuff here. You can run the slides simultaneously if you want to. And then we have our two awnings, and we have actually a light switch here too. But the biggest thing is this, our camp manager. So you see from here, you can look real fast to see where our fresh water and our gray and black tank, our battery, everything, how it's doing. But you run the whole rig pretty much from here. You've got our lights that we can change colors on. We can change the brightness on. We can do so many things. You put it on even on a sleep timer, which I've never done that yet. We'll give that a try. And then we have our lovely HVAC, which is heavenly because we have 3 air conditioners. The bedroom, the garage, the main, and we can run them all here and put it out as high as we want, as low as we want. And then, but basically during travel days, bedroom and garage get shut off and main stays on. And it really has helped. Being in Florida in this heat and this humidity, we've actually been really good. Now we do need to clean out the lovely air conditioners because they're getting kind of gross, but they have been doing amazing things. So here's our slides. So if we want to individually do these slides, which we learned after the fact when we were just stopping to go get lunch, we can just do that one slide, push it out enough to actually just get to the fridge, get to the pantry, what have you, and not put them all the way out like this will do for us. But here's the awnings. We have 4 awnings. This is insane. So we have the slide awning, rear awning, patio awning, and another awning. There's enough awnings. I can't keep up anymore. So now we're here in our main living area, which is, we've got a nice L-shaped couch, which I love this couch because at first I was kind of like, oh great, because every time we have to pull this off and put it underneath the dining room table on travel days. But I actually like it because, as you know, with kids and just in general, how much gunk gets underneath the couch. So I'm able to clean and get underneath that on a regular basis, which I love. Now the only issue I have that we go back and forth on is this recliner. It's a manual. Now, it's great. We love it. And you can get in and out, as Glenn likes to say. But I go back and forth, so we'll see. Maybe someday we'll change it out and have an electric. I don't know. We'll
Yeah, I mean, I'm debating on the electric or not. I mean, we had the electric before, and it's nice, but you have to wait for it because it's awfully slow when you want to either recline or get up. When you want to get up, you just want to jump up and get up. You can't do that with electric. With a manual one, you can. So I'm still, the jury's still out on which one I prefer.
We have our dining area. We have a nice extended table. So basically, when we're here camping out, doing our thing, this is up. Travel days, it goes down, slide goes in, we're good to go. We took out the 4 dining tables because one, it's just the chairs were not comfortable to begin with, and 2, with young kids, it's just easier to, have these benches, and these benches also hold a lot of stuff, and both of them hold a lot of good stuff. This also came with 2 bar chairs. Now, one chair is actually in our master bedroom because Glenn actually prefers that for when he's editing our videos. So this stays here. We have the pantry, which is very, very full, and I actually need to go through it and get rid of some stuff that I think that are getting too old and gross. It's a total mess, but I find everything, so I'm happy with it. I love this floor, the bottom floor, because it holds all the bulky stuff. I can have big containers of flour and nuts and pasta and what have you, and it's no big deal. This is the only one that's a big problem, but that's why I made it the goodie, so I can't get to it as well. It's really deep and really tall, so I'll figure out eventually things to put in there. And this is our coffee cup holder, you name it, catch-all. And this is our coffee bar, which is so great because Glen Museum pettied the coffee bar to the actual counter. This thing travels beautifully. I just take this out, stow this away just because it's glass. But otherwise, this stays here, and it doesn't move. It's fantastic. He did the tower, too. And then we have our utility drawer, and then cabinet here. Still working on it. Like everything else, it's all a work in progress. And now we have a very, very large fridge and freezer. Holds a lot of good stuff. And we got 2 drawers. And Glenn's favorite thing about this freezer, the ice maker.
I love having an ice maker. We always would have to make ice in these little trays, and then there was, kind of, always have to worry if they're going to spill or not. Now we just have an ice maker. I love it. I can make my old fashions and whatever else I need to make, and I love having an ice maker.
It is nice. I love it. Here at the kitchen hub, we have our dish soap, regular soap, but we have a cup cleaner. Very smart styling. This is our dish dryer. So when after Dylan's done washing dishes, sticks them up here and they dish. And then the thing I love about it is the excess water just comes right out. Garbage, small garbage can, but it works. It keeps Ben out of there, so that's helpful. Everything is touch sensitive, so that's one of the biggest things my gripes is, because some of them work great, but some drawers, they don't work as well. Here's another cabinet. It's not that big, but it holds a good chunk of stuff. So I had Glenn put up a magnet, so on days we're home, it goes up, and then on travel days, I just stick them in here, wrap them up in a towel, keep my measuring cups in here. We have a 4-burner stove, my heaven on earth. And then we have the best oven. It holds a full baking sheet. I love this. It's so great for, especially when, we're cooking a big meal. Because I like having leftovers sometimes. Now, we had an incident with our last fifth wheel influence. One travel day, we start pulling things out, and our microwave plate shattered. Somehow, the door came open during travel, plate came out, shattered, and the door shut because we didn't even know. So now on travel days, I just take the plate out just for safety. It's a great microwave, except for doesn't have a timer. So next time people, Grand Design, timer. Always need a timer. I hate finding my cell phone and need a timer. We've got lots of cabinet space up here. We did lose some cabinet space from the fifth wheel influence to this one, but I've made it work. So we have all of our pots and pans and other goodies up here. I love these frosted windows. These really help. Guess why I have a tea towel up here. It's because I have a 2-year-old. If I keep it up on here, he'll take it down all the time. I use this as a catch-all for snacks. I usually have some other cooking utensils and stuff down, but since it's a travel day, I haven't brought it back down. But we have a lovely
Televator
TV. And so we, if you want to watch TV, bring it up. I like it because it's up, because then we don't have to worry about, privacy and everything like that. The biggest thing is you do have to contort your body to put it up and down, but we have the nice TV, which I don't know what got on it. Kids, I love them. And then we have the fireplace. Right now, though, we have it turned off at the breaker because our son likes to play with its buttons, and we really don't want to have it on in the Florida heat when we're running all these air conditioners. It's a little insane. This is one of my favorite things. This is what I'm hoping we can get done in the bathroom, which you'll see the bathroom later on, is having this. This is really helpful. I have my spices in here right now. It's a work in progress, like everything else with this RV life. This is the hilarious thing. Glenn found this on accident. So did a lot of people. I'm noticing people on Facebook. Is the warming tray, aka I'm holding my hands. I do have little ones, but I have a nice big baking tray, just so you guys can see. It fits really nicely in here when I don't have stuff in there. I keep this oven, becomes my catch-all for travel days, so I can make sure everything's safe and sound. So this is the kids' room. This is as clean as you're ever gonna see it ever. It's travel day. I got it all organized back into where everything belongs. So enjoy it now, because I eventually want to get this window frosted a little bit more, because you can see through in here. Just give them a little bit more privacy. That's one of our mini projects we have. I do love the fact it's a door, not one of those barn doors that we used to have. This makes virtually no noise whatsoever. This is a big room for these little monsters. It's really a nice size. This is 13.6 feet, something like that.
13 feet 6 inches.
13 feet 6 inches. So these actually 2 parts here can be a desk, turns into a bench, or a bed. Well, we removed some parts of it, so it really can never become a bench or bed. Well, it could be a bench still, but not a bed, because we removed aspects of it just for comfort and for ease for us. Still working on what parts we might keep, what parts we might not keep. So we'll take it from here. But I love the fact that we kept some things so we can keep storage. Like these are the steps to the patio. And right now we're in a campground. We can't put our patio down. So these will stay here. Kids won't bug it, because one nice thing is we just move the totes in front of things and they never bug anything. So we have room enough for a kitchen for Ben or Reagan. They both use it. Reagan has her dollhouse. It's been through a lot. We just pull it out of the thing and they play with it all day, and it's great. Stuffies. Behind here is the doors to the actual patio. Unfortunately, because we're stuck behind a wall, we can't do it. Ben was having a hard time sleeping, so I was wondering if it's because of the reflection of the glass. So I switched where his head was, and thanks to changing lanes, we got this tension rod and put up these panels. I like it for the fact that, one, it kind of keeps the heat and everything, and then it's not completely sealed. So I'm hoping these also help with bugs and all that good stuff. Ben has his toddler bed, and during travel days, I put this in here. This actually goes to part of what would have been a bed if we needed to create a separate bed. But this now becomes just kind of a play area / step for when Reagan goes to bed in her area. I love these bins that are on wheels. Got them at Walmart, and you just can put all their stuff in here, and it's so helpful. And traveling is great. Fortunately, Ben is not potty trained yet, so we still have the lovely diaper genie. We have half bath in here, so it's a sink and a toilet. It's pretty small, but it's perfect for Reagan right now, and it'll be perfect for Ben when he gets to be potty trained. So another changing leg mod that we copied is this cabinet. It's a great cabinet for Reagan because we're homeschooling her. We need to have somewhere to store all her stuff. Glenn put these magnetized locks on here so that way when we're travel days, they don't just fly open. So all you do is just kind of hold it over here and it just opens up. I lock it. And then right now it's kind of a disaster because the kids have torn it up to pieces. The grid for the awning, lights, for all the patio and everything are out here too. And then I just use the key to download her bed when we need it. Bed will come down at some point every day. Sometimes we put it up, sometimes we put it down. Most of the time we leave it down. We do have a TV they get to play. And then we have a bunk for when Ben gets older and get rid of the toddler bed.
As you can see, it's kind of our extra storage space right now. We store some, and it's kind of like an attic storage for us right now until Ben uses that bed.
Yeah. All right, so this bathroom is huge. It is actually so perfect for all of us. We can be doing so many different activities in here and nobody bothering anything. This shower is absolutely fantastic. The only thing that we didn't like about it was the shower head was just, it didn't have enough power, enough girth. So Glenn replaced this one. But we can actually turn these knobs and it can go to this. And the best thing when the kids are being bathed, I can just rinse them off. Now some people, like Glenn has said before, don't like these glass doors. They actually switch out to the curtains. I at first thought we'd want to, but I actually now I'm with him on the whole thing with the curtains. He's like more of the luxurious aspect. I'm of the utilitarian is when the kids are bathing, because we do have a bathtub for them. This blue thing, this tub extends out. So this tub holds a good chunk of water. Both kids actually fit in the tub together and individually. But when they want to splash and have a good time and swim, I can shut the door and not worry about them making a total mess.
Yeah, so. I like the aspect of the glass doors. It feels, like I said, it's more luxurious to me instead of just, I don't know, less like an RV, more like a home. And so I don't really like the idea of the shower curtains. So even though that's an extra weight, the glass doors, and something you got to keep clean, which they need to be cleaned. Mm-hmm. I prefer the glass door, so we will not be taking those out.
No, and this is a good catch-all. This holds our dirty clothes. The bathtub, like I said, it's easy to pull in, pull out, take our showers, get what's done, and then this is out of our way and we get things done. But the biggest seller for this rig is the individual toilet. There's a fan in there that you can set off and have, so you have ventilation, because it can get a little stuffy in there, especially.
I use that fan a lot. Just saying.
Here's our tankless water heater, which I really, really love because you can set the temperature you want. So for Glenn and I, for our showers, dishwashing, laundry, what have you, we set it like 124. When the kids are taking a bath or shower, whatever we're doing with them in the water, I can just lower it down super easy and makes life a lot easier. We do have a medicine cabinet here. It's not that deep, but it holds your average pill bottles and everything you need. And then we have 4 drawers. They're pretty deep and actually hold a lot of stuff. This is the bane of my existence. This is the only thing in this rig that I absolutely hate. And, you know, if I could just rip it out and just put a box in it so I can pull it out, I'd do it. This is the shelf. It is so deep and I'm short, so I need to either get a step ladder or have Glenn, because everything goes all the way to the back. So I can't reach maybe 80% of what's in here, and it's frustrating. Drawers of the yin yang here. We've got 2 smaller drawers that are kind of our utilitarian drawers, more towel drawers. Again, these touch drawers are touchy. They sometimes work and sometimes don't. Brought another one of these lovely bin things in. It holds all of our medicines and hair stuff. This is a dresser that holds a ton of clothes. We have a boatload of stuff in here that, you know, for Glenn and I to use. And then this pulls out, so we have more storage in there, and also for him for videoing. We have another bench to store more stuff because, yeah, we did size down a lot. If anybody's seen our videos and seen our house, we went from a very large house to this. So, you know, give us a break. No, it's hard. I don't know how people get down to even less than what we have. Here's our other bench chair for Glenn to use. This is our king size bed. At first I kind of scoffed and thought, king size, that's too big. But it actually works out really nice, especially when the kids come in the morning to wake us up. It's helpful. You can lift it up and there's some storage in it. It's not as big as it used to be. I don't know if they're condensing it down for any particular reason, but we don't have as much space underneath there. But space is space, and I'll take it. So Glenn and I did do a good thing of condensing down our clothes so well that we actually didn't need both closets. So Glenn and I have this side for our clothes and the 2 drawers down here. And then we let the kids have this side of the drawers. So there's storage up top on both closets. So we keep a lot of stuff up here. Clothes, I just got these bins from Amazon and I absolutely love them because they're dividing up their clothes much better. We have these drawers. We have the washer dryer, the Splendid combo washer dryer. It's highly convenient. I highly recommend it for anybody that has a family of more than 2 kids because one, the savings, the time, everything that you can do. We can throw on a load of laundry at 9 o'clock in the morning and be done by the evening time. It is small. It doesn't hold a huge, big load, but for what it does a lot. And you just do the soap in here like normal, and then you just set your washer, and then your time dry. Now, it does take a long time. It does take about 2 hours, maybe 3, depending on if you did towels or what have you. But it does a great job. It gets all the clothes clean. So I'm really happy with this Splendid. So I highly, highly recommend it, and you'll love it. But you do lose this closet space quite a bit, but we still have 2 really good holding things. Like this holds all of our towels and our detergents and what have you. So it's a good catch-all as well. But I love it, and I couldn't live with this. Was a non-negotiable for me. So now you've seen our new home. It's still a work in progress. There's a lot of mods that I want to do. Obviously, with kids, it's a constant battle of keeping it organized, keeping it clean, but I've kind of waved the white flag with that, and we just do the best we can. My favorite parts, is this bathroom. The fact that it is so large and such a pass-through, so it's super easy for us kids and the adults to be living here on a constant battle of somebody can be using the potty, somebody can be taking a shower, or I love our living room area with our couch so we can all sit together as a family. So as you know, this is the Momentum 410TH, and I am so above the moon and happy about it, and only have the minimalist tweaks that need to be done. Thanks, and hopefully you enjoyed our show and love the new rig.